So the first proper unboxing of the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 has finally leaked. Not renders, not speculation, an actual retail unit, like, opened on camera. And this is the point where leaks usually stop being rumors and start becoming reality. Because once you see finalized packaging, bundled accessories, and a working unit out in the wild, you are no longer looking at a concept. You are looking at a product that is ready to launch. And honestly, after going through this leak carefully, I think DJI is doing something very deliberate with the Pocket 4. But it's not what most people are expecting, because at first glance, this looks like a very safe upgrade. Same compact body, same rotating screen, same overall design language as the Pocket 3. No dramatic redesign, no radical new form factor, and for a lot of people, that's going to feel underwhelming, but I don't think DJI is trying to impress you with design here. I think they're trying to remove friction, because when you look at what actually comes inside the box, the direction becomes much clearer. This is the creator combo that leaked, and it's packed. You get the Pocket 4 itself, a handle with mounting options, a mini tripod, what appears to be the DJI Mic transmitter with windscreen and clip, a fill light, a wide-angle lens, cables, straps, even 2 carrying bags. And that combination matters more than people realize, because this is no longer just a small camera. This is a complete shooting setup, straight out of the box. No need to go and buy a microphone later, no need to figure out lighting separately, no need to build a rig around it. You take it out and you're ready to shoot. And that tells you exactly who DJI is targeting here. Not someone filming casually once in a while. This is aimed at people who actually create content regularly, people who need something small but also reliable, fast, and complete. Now let's talk about the actual changes, because visually not much has changed, but functionally there are some important details. The biggest one being the addition of 2 physical buttons. Now, on paper that sounds like a minor upgrade, but in real world use, this is one of the most important changes you can make to a camera like this, because the biggest limitation of previous Pocket cameras was not image quality, it was usability. Having to tap through menus while filming slows you down, breaks your flow, and in some situations, it makes you miss the shot entirely. Physical controls change that. If these buttons are being used for things like zoom and gimbal centering, which is what the leak suggests, then this is a direct upgrade to how the camera feels in your hand. And that matters more than any spec sheet number. Then there's the fill light. And again, this is one of those things that might seem small, but actually tells you a lot about how DJI expects this camera to be used. Low light is where compact cameras struggle the most. Indoor shooting, night footage, uneven lighting conditions, that's where things usually fall apart. So instead of expecting users to fix that externally, DJI is building the solution directly into the ecosystem. Magnetic, modular, quick, that's a very deliberate design choice. Now, internally, there are a couple of upgrades being suggested alongside this leak. Around 107 gigabytes of built-in internal storage, and up to 14 stops of dynamic range. If those numbers hold true, this is a meaningful step forward, because internal storage at that level removes one of the biggest small annoyances constantly managing micro SD cards, and improved dynamic range means better control in high contrast scenes, which is exactly where small cameras usually struggle. But here's the key thing. This is not a revolutionary product, this is a refined one. DJI is not trying to change what the Pocket is. They're trying to make it better at what it already does, more usable, more complete, more reliable in real world situations, and honestly, that might be the smarter move, because the Pocket 3 was already very good. It didn't need to be reinvented, it needed to be improved in the areas that actually matter when you're using it daily. Speed, convenience, workflow, and that's exactly what this leak is pointing towards. Now, there are still things we don't know. Final image quality, actual performance, stabilization improvements, and most importantly, the final retail price. There is an early pricing signal floating around from a supplier, but that's bulk pricing, not something you should take as final. So for now, that part is still open, but the bigger picture is already clear. The DJI Osmo Pocket 4 is not trying to be flashy. It's trying to be practical, a camera that disappears in your workflow, so you can focus on actually creating. And now the real question is that enough? Is refinement what people wanted, or were they expecting something bigger this time? Because depending on where you stand, this is either a very smart upgrade or a very safe one. We'll know very soon.